Hey my beautiful peeps, what's poppin' baby? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at y'all with the weekend reading. Unfortunately though, it's kind of not the weekend reading at the same time. This is not a live video. Today was one of those days where everything was just going absolutely the wrong way instead of how it should be. So I figured, you know what, I cannot fight against the tide, so I'm going to have to go with the flow. So for today's weekend reading, it's not going to be all individual zodiac signs being read, and it's also not going to be live. It will be a collective read for elements, so that'll be water, fire, air, earth. You're going to be read by the element for today. The reason being is because I don't have much time left to record and to do any work today. I have a bunch of other responsibilities to take care of. So since I'm very short on time, I got about maybe 30 minutes to get this video done. It's going to be read by the element. And I'm sorry that it's not live. Internet issues are attacking me today, amongst all the other stuff that just really went wrong today. It's been pretty stressful. I'm not sure if you have been experiencing the same. I know we just had that full moon in Aquarius. I'm not sure if that has to do anything with it, but I don't know. This week has been funky for me, man. This week, everything that I wanted to go one certain way just went the opposite. So I'm just learning to deal with the high stress situation and not, deal with the tide, not fight against the tide, but I'm out here going with the flow, baby, okay? So with that all being said, I needed to update you about that, but I also need to update you guys as well that next week there is going to be no live readings at all, aka no daily readings, because I'm going to be at my parents' house dog sitting while they are on vacation. So I won't have any of my gear. I won't have anything to really help me out to go live. But the good news is that next week is not going to be an absence of uploads. I will have every single mid-August 2022 tarot reading available. So all the mid-August readings will be done next week and they will be uploaded and posted for you to watch. So even though I might be absent in the live aspect, I'm still going to be having videos being posted. So I hope that that's still something you could still enjoy. I do love coming out here every day, doing a live video. It is one of the best and most favorite things about my job. It has just been really tricky lately with internet and just with whatever's going on in the astrology. Maybe an astrologer can tell me. So either way, without a further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick it off today. I figure the first element that I'll do for today will be fire, in honor of Leo season and in honor of Leo's birthdays. So we're going to do the fire first, the fire element, and then we'll continue with the rest of the elements, and I'll give you guys your weekend reading. So starting off with fire, let's see what we got going on here for Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo regarding their next 72 hours. All right, so what do we got going on here for fire signs, baby? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for all of my fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo in their next 72 hours? All right, my fire peeps, taking a look here into your weekend, baby. Let's see what we got going on. Having a look here at the overall energy, we do have here the moon card. Now, speaking of the moon, we just did have that super moon in Aquarius, that super full moon. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, but considering that the moon was just an aqua, I will say you could be dealing with an Aquarius here as well. Taking a look at your current energy, we do have the Four of Swords. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Magician. And then looking at the outcome for your weekend, we do have here the Ten of Cups in the reversed. So, taking a look here into the weekend for all of my fire signs peeps, the moon card here all the way to the Four of Swords. I definitely feel like on an emotional level, this is the energy of wanting to take a break. You might feel beat, okay? This is the energy of like, oh, I'm beat, all right? I've been doing so much, dealing with so much. I just need to take a step back and maybe take a nap or two, okay? So fire signs, coming into your weekend, you might be a little bit emotionally drained. It could be like maybe that full moon was super intense for you, or maybe other stuff that's been going on in the astrology could be something that's been affecting you. But whatever situations you've been dealing with lately, it's like, I just feel like I'm all pooped out. So for my Aries, Saggies, and Leos, I definitely feel a sense of needing rest and rejuvenation moving into your weekend here. I mean, having a look at what it is you're dealing with the Magician. The Magician here is the energy of wanting to continue to show up. So I feel like despite how like drained you're feeling here, you still want to show up and you still want to be able to do the things that you want to do. But at the same time here, with the Ten of Cups in the reverse being the outcome, Ten of Cups reverse is the energy of kind of not being entirely happy. Sometimes it could represent feeling miserable because you're just not feeling the best here. So for fire signs, moving into your weekend, I guess the message here is it's okay to take a break. Point blank period. If you need a break and if you need time to recover and if you need time to rest, do yourself a favor and get that rest. If it's been a very draining week of just a lot of stuff going on, maybe you've been dealing with a lot of high stress situations, you've been dealing with a lot of emotions, whatever it may be for you, don't feel afraid here to take a step back and say, I got to worry about me first. I got to recuperate my energy first and pull myself together first. Then I can show up for the other things that I need to show up for. You know, this weekend, maybe you have a party to attend, maybe you have plans, and maybe you need to cancel them, you know? I know that it might not be ideal, but if this is for your mental health and if this is for you feeling like you're getting or feeling like you need to take a step back to get your energy right, you have to do what's best for you. So what I would say here for fire signs is don't make your weekend any harder on yourself. If you've had a rough week and you have more stuff to do this weekend, it's okay to say no to other people. It's okay sometimes to focus on recognizing that you're an obligation and you have a duty to yourself to make sure that you're good. So if you need to take a step back from certain things, whether it's plans with other people or whether it's things that you've made commitments to, if you're not feeling up to it, if you're not feeling good there, if you need to give yourself that break on an energetic level to rejuvenate, make sure that you do that for you. Put yourself first this weekend and put your needs first and put what you have to do to get yourself and get your energy into a much better position. All right. So fire signs, that's what I do have here for you. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But if it's been a heck of a week, make sure you have a very good, relaxing weekend and get your energy back to where you need it to be, okay? And also, never be afraid to say no. The power of no is strong. And sometimes, if you have to tell other people no, in order for you to make sure that you're good and make sure that you're okay, don't feel guilty or feel bad about doing it. Take care of yourself this weekend, all right? Wishing much love to you, and hopefully those vibes start rising up again. I hope that you have a really rejuvenating time and everything starts to feel better so that you can look forward to starting fresh next week, all right? All right, my beautiful fire signs, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we're going to go fire. Let's jump from fire to earth. Let's have a look here at Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn and see what we got going on here for your weekend, all right? What do we got going on here for earth signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information do we have here, please, for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn regarding their weekend? Messages for my Earth sign peeps. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 72 hours. All right, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, let's go ahead and have a look at you, baby. Hopefully, all is well. All right, Earth signs, overall energy for you is going to be the Emperor in reversed. You could be connecting potentially with an Aries. Having a look here at your current energy, we got the Nine of Cups. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we do have here the Judgment. And looking at the outcome for my Earth signs, we have here the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, Earth signs, setting foot into your next 72 hours, Emperor in reverse to the Nine of Cups upright. Well, the Emperor in reverse is usually an energy that represents not feeling in control. It could be an energy as well that does represent not feeling within your power, but I feel like all that's going to change here for you this weekend. You know, a lot of you guys are recognizing, you know what, even if I haven't been feeling super in control of everything or super in my power, it doesn't mean that I cannot make do with what my current situation is. It's pretty interesting, actually. I don't know if you are, for those of you that are watching this part of the video right now, I'm not sure if you saw the beginning when I was explaining a little bit of an update of what's been going on. You know, for me personally, I've had a week where I felt like I was just dealing with tons of resistance. I just felt like I was fighting against the tide. And what I'm choosing to do right here and right now is to go with the flow instead. And that's pretty much the same thing that you're reading here is kind of identifying with. It's like, you know what, despite the fact that there are certain things I'm not in control of, I'm not going to let those things affect my energy. I'm not going to let those things knock me down. So instead of fighting against the tide, I'm going to go with the flow. And I'm going to choose happiness here with the Nine of Cups. I'm going to choose the energy of contentment and the energy of fulfillment. So I definitely see my Earth sign peeps here not fighting against any sort of tide here, not dealing with any sort of resistance. You're making do with the situations that you got, and you're choosing to have a positive outlook, which I think is very wonderful. Now, having a look at what you're dealing with here, you are dealing with the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is the energy of chances. It could be granting second chances, and it also could be the energy of making the right judgment call that best suits you. And that's exactly what's going on here, because looking at the outcome being the Queen of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands in the reversed here is one of those energies that represents not feeling super confident, not feeling within your power, pretty similar here to the Emperor in reversed. So what I see here for y'all is that what you're choosing to do is you're choosing to say, you know what, my direction can go one or two ways. I can either choose to have a positive perspective, dealing with what I'm dealing with this week, or I can choose to have a negative perspective, choosing to deal with whatever it is you're dealing with this weekend. I said this week, by the way, I meant to say this weekend. So I believe that you guys are coming out of this and you're recognizing, look, there's a lot of things happening right now that are beyond my control. I can choose to be upset about it, I can choose to be unhappy with it, or I can choose to make the best of my situation. And I think that's what it really boils down to. Even though the outcome here is showing the Queen of Wands reversed, there's going to be a part of you that's unhappy that certain things aren't working out the way you want it to be. There is going to be certain things that you wish you could change and you could control. It's a very normal feeling. You're going to feel this way. But overall, though, I think you're making that judgment call to say, hey, even though there are certain things that are out of my control that I wish I could control, there's no use in fighting it. There's no use in trying to control something that I simply can't. There's no use in trying to change something that I simply can't. So I might as well be present to the moment and accept what's going on. And instead of fighting the tide, it's time to go down the flow. It's time to go ahead and go with the flow and flow down that stream. So what I'm seeing here for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your weekend definitely seems to be, I'm making the most of what I have. I'm going to make the most of my situation. I'm going to continue to have a positive outlook, and I'm not going to let what's out of my control get me down. Sure, some things are going to suck here. Queen of Wands in reverse. The outcome is that you're not going to be all that happy because there are some things you wish that were in your control, but you're going to do your best to make do here and to keep up that positive morale, and I find that admirable because you know what? It's really easy sometimes to let situations that we're not in control of get the best of us. It's very easy sometimes to be super angry and frustrated and to let all these emotions take over. But when you can take a step back and realize, you know what, it sucks, and I'm not going to deny that, it sucks, but I'm going to choose right now, right here, to make the best of what I got and to make the best of my situation. That's a really, really admirable thing to see. So I love that for you, Earth signs. That's cool. It's still going to be a bit of a struggle, but you will prevail here, and that's what I love so much for you. All right, my Earth signs, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our fire, we finished up our earth. Let's go ahead and hop into our air signs. All right, this is going to be our Geminis, our Libras, and Aquarians. Let's see what's up. What do we got going on here for the air sign? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for our Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians throughout the next 72 hours? What do we got going on? Air signs, let's go ahead and have ourselves a look, baby. Hopefully all is well. All right, overall energy for you is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a earth sign such as a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Having a look here into your current energy, we do have the Tower. Having a look at what you're dealing with, we have here the Page of Pentacles in reversed. And looking at the outcome that's present for you, we have the Hermit in the reverse. So for my air sign people, you could be dealing with a Scorpio or potentially a Virgo. Now, moving into your weekend here, Ace of Pentacles to the Tower. Anytime people see the Tower card, I feel like they instantaneously get kind of nervous, but I wouldn't worry too much about it, guys. The Tower card is typically a very good energy to have. So Ace of Pentacles usually represents an opportunity, but the Tower card, I feel like there's a warning here, and I feel like many of you are going to start to pick up on this because the Tower card is a card of awareness. You really wake up to something or become awakened to something, and I feel like something here is now starting to become very apparent to you. So for your weekend towards the air signs here, if you get some sort of opportunity, I think you're becoming aware to a specific warning about said opportunity. I mean, taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Page of Pentacles reversed. Maybe this might be an opportunity we don't want to invest into. Maybe this might be an opportunity we kind of want to turn down. It's almost like you're getting this intuitive feeling this weekend that maybe you shouldn't invest in something, or maybe you shouldn't do something, because overall you got a weird feeling about it entirely, and that's your gut feeling, that's your intuition speaking to you. So for any of my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquarians, if you're getting this intuitive gut feeling this weekend to kind of turn something down, I wouldn't necessarily look past it, because there could be something there that you're avoiding, and avoiding it may really work within your favor. So do keep all this in mind. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present here, the Hermit card in reversed, Hermit in reverse here says, even though I'm having this gut feeling, I'm still going to invest into it anyways. So this can kind of go one or two ways here for you this weekend, okay? This might be one of the things where you ignore your intuition and then something happens and your intuition says, ha, I told you so. Or you listen to your intuition and you find out why you should have avoided something in the first place. So all I'm going to say here for my air signs, Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians is that proceed with caution is, I guess, the best advice I can give you. I'm not going to tell you not to invest in an opportunity that you get this weekend, but if you have a weird feeling about it and you're still going to go on into it, at least proceed with caution. All right, make sure your awareness is at an all-time high and be very mindful of what's occurring and what's happening. For example, maybe you got a date this weekend. I don't want you guys to say, hey, well, my tarot reader on YouTube, Ant, said that I should probably avoid opportunities, so I'm going to go ahead and avoid this date. Go on that date anyways, but just be really aware. Be aware of how the person treats you. Be aware of how the person's behaving. Be aware of the person's intentions. Really tune in to your awareness, when you're around certain types of opportunities like that. Maybe you get a job opportunity. Okay, if there's a job opportunity, read the fine print in the contract. Oh, you're buying a car this weekend? That's awesome. Love that for you. Read the fine print, Be extra aware, because there might be some things that could potentially not be so good that you want to avoid. So really pay more and close attention here to opportunities that are granted to you this weekend, or things that you're going to be investing in this weekend, and that would be within your best interest, okay? So don't just jump into something blindly. Pay close, pay close or pretty close attention, okay? All right, my air signs, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Of course, it's not going to resonate to everybody. Also, with this being an elemental read, it is a lot harder for it to resonate overall in general, but if it does happen to apply to you, take what you resonate with a grain of salt over here. Overall, though, the message is just listen to that gut feeling. Listen to what your intuition here is telling you. There is something that maybe you possibly do want to avoid. So just be aware. And, as long as you're in your awareness, you'll be able to see everything that's going on. And when you find something you don't like, you'll be a lot more happier that it didn't just pass over you. You'll be a lot more happier that you were more aware of what you were invested in. Okay? So just keep your awareness up. All right? All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our fire signs. We did our earth signs. We did our air signs. Going on to last but not least, the water signs. Let's see what's up, baby. All right. What messages do we got showing up here, please, for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio in the next 72 hours, baby? What do we got going on here for the water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 72 hours? All right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle, and we shall see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Water signs, overall energy for you is going to be the Four of Wands in reversed. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. Having a look at your current energy, we got the Two of Cups. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Judgment in reversed. And looking at the outcome is going to be the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So water signs, pretty interesting weekend coming up over here for you. Now, with the Four of Wands in the reverse showing up for you, that usually does represent like a lack of stability. Like it could be a bump in the road right now between you and somebody you have a relationship with. That relationship could be anything, by the way. It doesn't just have to be a romantic one. It could be a friend. It could be a family relationship. So Four of Wands reverse usually represents like a bump in the road type of energy. But with the Two of Cups, looking at your current energy being the Two of Cups, that's telling a completely different story, because Two of Cups is connecting, it's bonding, it's growing. So if you've had a bump in the road with someone, I feel like there's a turnaround here for you moving into your next 72 hours. I mean, taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Judgment card in reverse. So Judgment in reverse could represent a second chance not being granted, but it also could represent a bad judgment call. So what I feel here for you is that many of y'all are going to recognize, all right, maybe I shouldn't have been so eager to walk away from somebody, or maybe I shouldn't have completely dismissed the situation. It's kind of like a lot of you are realizing if there's been a bump in the road between you and somebody, it's been hard on the both of you. I think you're recognizing, maybe I shouldn't walk away from this. Maybe this is something I should still invest myself in, and I should give somebody the benefit of the doubt so that we could see where things will go moving forward. That's kind of the vibrations that I'm feeling. And do keep in mind, I'm not trying to say water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you guys specifically did something wrong to somebody, or that you're the cause of an unbalanced relationship right now, or a bump in the road situation. But what I am saying for you is you're realizing they played a part, I played a part. So if something right now isn't stable, I'm going to be willing to take my responsibility for my part. And with that being said, I'm recognizing as well, I do want this situation to be stable. It's not that I want it to phase out. It's not that I want it to end. I do want it to get better. So I'm going to take responsibility for my part in the matter and do what I can moving forward this weekend to increase it and to make it better. So having a look at the judgment in reverse here being kind of called as like a bad judgment call, I guess the bad judgment call would be to get angry and to let your emotions consume you and to blow off this situation entirely. So that's not what you want to do here moving into your weekend. What you end up wanting to do is you end up realizing, you know what, I played a part in the matter, they played a part in the matter, I'm going to take responsibility for my part, and I want to do better because I want whatever this Four of Wands situation is to be something that's stable and positive. So this is the energy if we're talking about relationships. You know, maybe you had a fight with somebody, you know, they fought with you, you fought with them. I'm going to take responsibility for my part and for the things that I've said, and I recognize that I care about you, and I want to make things right going forward. So regardless, looking at the outcome that's present, Nine of Pentacles reversed, this is the energy I'm hearing of like being attached to the hip here. I almost said Piscean, but this is for all of you, for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Looking at the outcome being Nine of Pentacles reversed, it's like, at the end of it, you both are like attached to the hip, you know? So for any of my water signs that are dealing with a bump in the road right now with a friend, a family member, a lover, this weekend I feel like conflict resolution is happening. It's like, all right, I'm going to apologize for my part. They end up apologizing for their part. You recognize that you don't want this to be so bumpy. You want it to be smooth, awesome, and stable. And it's like, let's go ahead and work on this. And then with the Nine of Pentacles reversed here being the outcome, it's like the both of you are attached to one another. Everything's good. Everything's smooth. Everything's clear. You know, you really buried the hatchet and moved on forward. So I do see probably for many water signs here this weekend, a bit of a conflict resolution if there has been conflict with people that you are dealing with. It could be anybody. It could be your lover, your best friend, your brother, who knows, okay? So do take that how that resonates. Now, what I will say is that if the Four of Wands reversed is not representing a relationship, you know, it could be representing stability in other areas of your life. So maybe the Four of Wands reversed is talking about a lack of stability within your career. It could be talking about a lack of stability within your own personal motivation, whatever it might be. I definitely feel this energy of realizing, okay, if something has been going south or hasn't been working out the way that I want it to, I want to take responsibility for my part in the matter, and I want to do what I can to improve it. You know, if your career you feel hasn't been going in the right direction, you're going to look at yourself and how you've been acting in your career, and you're going to say to yourself, okay, if there are things that I haven't really worked on that I should have been, I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what, I take responsibility for what I did wrong here, and now it's time to start putting more positive energy into my career to make it stabilized, you know? So take it how it resonates, guys. I can go on and on and on with a million examples for you, but unfortunately I don't have the luxury of time today. So that is what I have here for water signs. I hope it resonated. I hope I explained it good enough. And of course, if it's not your message, no worries. And if it doesn't resonate, no worries. It is a collective element read as well, which I apologize for again. But with that being said, you know, do take what resonates if it does potentially resonate to you. All right. All right. With that all being said, though, all the signs are read here, or all the elements are read here for the weekend reading. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. It's really, really appreciated. I'm sorry how things went today, everybody. I need to stop being so apologetic because it was something that was out of my control. But I love y'all, and I always want to give y'all the best. I like giving my peeps perfection, and maybe I shouldn't be such a perfectionist, but I love to give you guys the best of the best, and I'm sorry that this is like not what you're used to getting for your weekend reading. If you have not seen the update in the beginning of the video, I strongly urge that you watch it so you can be up to speed. I'll mention it again. Next week I won't be here, so I will be away at my parents babysitting my dog. So I'm gonna be taking on that responsibility for the entire week while they're on vacation. So I will not be doing any daily readings. There will be no live streams, but there will be all of the mid-August readings being posted throughout the week. So you can feel free to check those out. They'll be uploaded next week. You'll see all the mid-months here for mid-August 2022. I'll be working on them over there as well. I'll probably end up doing like a weekly read for all signs, maybe like an hour-long video of what you can expect for your week ahead. It'll be like a daily reading almost, but for the week, just not live. So that'll be probably posted at some point, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. So stay tuned for the content coming next week, and then the following week after that, schedule will return to normal. So with that being said, I'm happy to do that, all right? All right, everybody, I love you all so much. Thank you for coming out to the weekend read. I promise you, I'm really hoping next weekend we can go back to normal schedule and everything will be great, but I love every single one of you. Have a fantastic and amazing weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love to my soul family, and have yourselves a good one. Much love, guys, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.